This one.
They didn't need to. When they say anything from here. They come out, okay.
Welcome to Global News on Signature Television. I'm Charles Pius. In the headlines, Tinubu directs NDDC to fix worried Benin sections of East West Road. Government approves relocation for Enugu slums property owners. Sarab urged Tinubu rather, to reverse petrol price hike pending court's verdict. And former South African Finance Minister Tito Mboweni dies at 65. Details in a moment.
You see that background in this one? It makes sense.
I was just saying, I never look away.
Okay, you can watch.
The Niger Delta Development Commission (NDDC) has commenced the emergency repairs of the failed sections of the east-west roads between Warri in Delta State and Benin in Edo State, especially the dilapidated sections along the Ibadulume Mukwe roundabouts, Mosoga and Olobo. The NDDC Managing Director, Dr. Samuel Obuku, said the commission was obeying the directive of the President Bola Tinubu's government, who instructed its commissions to fix the road. Obuku spoke while inspecting the ongoing repairs at the failed sections of the roads in the company of the Executive Director, Projects Victor Atai, and other directors of the Commission. Obuku, in a statement signed by the NDDC Director, Corporate Affairs, Lady Thompson Wakama, expressed gratitude to Tinubu for giving the directive for the urgent restoration of the failed sections of the strategic roads traversing the Niger Delta region. The NDDC Managing Director commended the federal government for promptly acting on the media reports and outcries of the people to re-award the contracts for the roads projects which had long been abandoned. He expressed confidence that when completed, the roads projects being supervised by the Federal Ministry of Works would stand the test of time. Obuku enjoined members of the various communities and commuters to show this understanding during the period of construction as the government was prepared to complete the project as quickly as possible. Briefing NDDC inspection team, the managing director of the construction firm handling the project, Adara Obelua, said the 3-kilometer portion to be repaired included those in Ibadulume, Mukbe, roundabouts, Mosoga, and Olobo. The Enugu state government has approved the relocation of two slums, Agwowa and Ubo Lawrence, in the metropolis as part of Governor Peter Mba's urban renewal agenda. The move is aimed at transforming the areas into modern dwellings. In a statement on Sunday, the governor's media office announced that the state has also designated relocation sites at Abugunike Estate for the affected residents. The relocation plan includes offering each displaced family a two-bedroom flat and a certificate of occupancy for their new property. The decision was reached during the State Executive Council meeting presided over by Mba over the weekend. The State Commissioner for Works and Infrastructure, Mr. Gerard Otiji, confirmed the development, stating that the government had identified 25 slums in Enugu metropolis, with Agwowa and Ubo Lawrence selected as pilot schemes for the relocation project. Residents will be moved to Abugunike Estate as enclosed states an enclosed estate with modern amenities, including paved roads, electricity, and sports facilities. Certificates of occupancy will be issued to all relocated families. OTG assured all the government's urban renewal agenda would leave no one behind, urging residents of the affected areas to cooperate with the authorities to benefit fully from the project. Meanwhile, the Social Economic Rights and Accountability Project has urged President Bola Tinubu to direct the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited to immediately reverse the second increase in petrol prices in 1 month, pending the hearing and determination of the suits before the Federal High Court, Abuja, challenging the legality of the powers of the NNPCL to increase petrol prices. According to a statement on Sunday by Serap Deputy Director Kolawole Oluwadare, the organization had last month filed a lawsuit against the president and NNPCL over the failure to reverse the unlawful increase in the pump price of petrol and to probe the allegations of corruption and mismanagement in the NNPCL. Serap also said, following the federal government's federal high courts to hear and determine the case would be entirely consistent with the letter and spirit of the Nigerian Constitution 1999 as amended. Serap also warned that if not immediately reversed, the latest increase in petrol prices would seriously undermine the integrity of the Nigerian Constitution and have serious consequences for the most vulnerable and disadvantaged Nigerians and the public interest. Serap noted that according to its information, the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited recently increased the price of premium motor spirit (PMS), also known as petrol, across its retail outlets, saying that the retail price of petrol was increased from 897 to 1,030 naira per liter. The federal government has announced a strategic plan to overhaul Nigeria's health sector. The government said that this would be achieved through the National Health Sector Renewal Initiative and the Health Sector Strategic Blueprints from 2024 to 2027, aimed at addressing long-standing systemic challenges. The National Coordinator of the Sector-Wide Coordinating Office Program Management Units, Dr. Muntaga Sadiq, disclosed this on Sunday in Abuja. Sadiq said that the new framework was designed to tackle critical issues plaguing the healthcare system, including inadequate infrastructure, shortage of healthcare professionals, and poor financing. He said that the NHSR would leverage partnerships with the private sector and development partners to close these gaps and improve health outcomes for all Nigerians. He said that the swap focused on ensuring one plan, one budget, one report, and one conversation, creating a cohesive system where all stakeholders align their efforts to meet shared health priorities. He said that the plan's comprehensive nature would ensure that no sector was left behind in achieving Nigeria's health goals. Sadiq said that human resources for health remains a top priority in Blueprint, with a focus on addressing the acute shortage of medical personnel. The national coordinator said that the blueprints also included plans to expand health insurance coverage with the target of providing financial protection for the most vulnerable through innovative mechanisms like third-party administrators, TPAs. To achieve Sustainable Development Goals SDG number 9, collaboration with the Standard Organization of Nigeria (SON) is essential for advancing sustainable industrialization and innovation. This was disclosed by the Director General of SON, Ifeanyi Okeke, during the 2024 World Standard Day celebration in Abuja with the theme Shared Vision for a Better World. Okeke emphasized the SDG 9 focused on industry, innovation, and infrastructure, which is one of the 17 Sustainable Development Goals adopted by the United Nations General Assembly in 2015. He noted that SON has adopted 88 international standards for compressed natural gas (CNG) products to support these initiatives. The Director General added that SON is part of the committee working on the natural gas vehicle motoring system, which aims to oversee the implementation of CNG systems in vehicles and ensure the use of quality products in Nigeria. Okeke said the 2024 celebration allows Nigerians to recognize the invaluable contributions made by stakeholders, stating that Nigerians can build a world where resilient infrastructure, sustainable industrial growth, and cutting-edge innovation drive economic transformation for today and for future generations. Special Advisor on Salary and Pensions to Governor Umar Namadi of Jigawa State, Alhaji Bashir Ado, has been suspended over an alleged statement on the 70,000 naira minimum wage. A statement issued by the Secretary to the State Government, SSG Malam Balab Ibrahim, said the government viewed with serious concern A statement circulating in various sections of the media alleging that the governor had approved 70,000 naira as the new minimum wage for workers in the state. The statement stated that it sounds embarrassing and premature as the committee headed by the head of the state civil service set up by the government to advise on the appropriate wage is yet to complete its assignments and submit a report. Ibrahim pointed out that as a result of the development, the governor has approved Ado's immediate suspension pending findings of a committee set up under the chairmanship of the state attorney general and commissioner for justice Barrister Bello Abdul Kader. According to the SSG, a committee given 2 weeks to submit its report is to investigate the source, actual content of Ado's statement, and the motive behind it. Chief Ganiyu Egunjobi, the executive chairman Agege local government in Lagos State, has urged the state government to investigate the claim by Edward Ayo Odubesan, a former deputy speaker of the Ogun State House of Assembly, that the council wrongfully demolished a property erected on the piece of land he owned. The property is in question once stood on a portion of land claimed by the council at 47 Old Oba Road beside MKO Abiola Market, Agege. The demolished building was used as a school, Edwards Private School, by Ayo Odubesan. Egunjobi, in an interview on Sunday, said that the property was situated on the council's land, which he said had been part of the former Abiola Market. The chairman said that the council demolished all structures on the land, including the portion occupied by the school, based on approvals by the Lagos State Physical Planning Permit Authority. The chairman said that the demolition was carried out within the ambit of the law. Meanwhile, the lawmaker representing Ibarapa East Edo Federal Constituency in the National Assembly, Aderemi Oseni, has appealed to Nigerians to give President Bola Tinubu more time to fix Nigeria as challenges facing the country are surmountable. He made the appeal on Sunday while unveiling a 250 million naira empowerment initiative for the Blacksmiths, Welders, Iron Benders, and Metal Technicians Association of Nigeria, held at the Bembe Game Village, Apata, in the Ido local government area of Oyo State. Oseni also appealed to them to remain steadfast and support the Tinubu-led administration despite current economic challenges. Speaking on the 250 million naira empowerment program, the lawmaker said the initiative was aimed at enhancing the skills, productivity, and business potential of metal artisans across the state. He commended the resilience and economic contributions of blacksmiths, welders, and other metal workers, emphasizing their vital role in the state economy. The chairman of the House Committee on Federal Roads Maintenance Agency said the empowerment was part of his broader agenda to support artisans, as the program will provide the members tools, machinery, and financial assistance to enhance their trades and improve their livelihoods. In his remarks, the leader, Mourideen Raouf, lauded Oseni's gesture and called on other political leaders and well-to-do people in the society to follow his exemplary leadership by supporting small and medium-scale entrepreneurs. We're headed for a short break. We'll be back after this. Why are you guys fucking up this news now? What's all this now? Why are you guys showing me Lagos when we're in Oyo? It's not VTR. You guys did not change it.
What? Change what?
The script.
The script was showing Oyo State, and you guys are still showing me Lagos. There's an Oyo State story now. Look at it there. You guys left the Lagos State story, you left it and still continued running the number into this particular story. Come down, come down, come down, come down. Go down. Go
What I
down.
noticed, what I noticed, in the caption is Lagos State.
The caption is Lagos.
Yes. In the caption is Lagos State X with message. Check for rundown now. Read that for rundown ourselves.
Number 7, Lagos local government chairman wants speaker land.
Not yet. Now for
Lagos
rundown.
government's chairman is this a
Different
lawmaker
from
for Oyo?
Lawmakers for your state.
So you see where the problem
See where the problem from? See where the mix up from? On our script,
Did you see it?
Rundown, they different.
It's garbage in, garbage out. What you give there is what they give out.
Please start the news. It's for we are getting to the next story. Please correct that thing.
Are you going to take that one back?
No, how am I taking it back? You guys, you say you don't have you don't have. Do we have a VTR for it? No, do you have VTR for it? Because I kept seeing Lagos and it was the same thing. Please get to the next story, please.
Should I bring water for you?
I beg, help me with water. So give me around.
Now see another issue again now. See what is showing there. Iman, leave that thing now. Here they go. I'll show you something now. They go.
This one or your state story.
Yeah. Now see this one, Imo State Police Commissioner. Now wait to get for rundown and for it and give Tinubu more time. State House. You see? Oh, I don't finish.
Thank you.
See the mix up. What you get for this now? Give Tinubu more time.
Maybe the issue of technical.
Please, who is the producer of this news? Who is producing this particular news?
You should be the one now.
Where is what's her name? Favor.
Why was this one? Who are they want? I see her last night.
Favor is at work.
Last night.
See her last night. Then.
So, where is?
That story now they give Tinubu more time. You know, the after that one I can be Imo State.
Please, whatever you guys can do to assist them. Look at the story and look at what the rollover. Look at the headline and look at the roll.
These are the issues. You remember the guy I talked about technical meeting to address some of these issues. VTR still they drop up till here. I'm not faulting the guy. Maybe only and day. Everybody cannot be as fast. Isn't might be fast. They might be fast, but him is not fast like them. But these are issues that technically we need to address. Because at the end of the day, as you read that, it invests you because if they say you don't know what they do. That's the point.
I might as well say, you know what is there? Let me just be going. But it's not adding up now.
What is bad now. You when you read your reputation, the people are watching you, people are listening to you.
He's going to die in prison. The richest man in the world, Elon Musk, says that if P. Diddy gets out of prison,
Job. Mix up is from them. From them. I think the one that president, they sent to president, that was one they sent to us, they sent us another one. The rundown and the script they sent to president, they just sent us only the rundown and the script did not send that. So they sent us their own script that they edited already that they sent to president. So the one that president reversed did not send to us. So that's just them. But she said the mix-up is only on that 789. That's what you noticed. We've traced it. So we just go ahead after now. This Imo State. I mean, invariably we use Imo State now is number 9. So you start from this Imo State. We don't leave that gift in water.
We'll start from Imo State.
Imo State.
So the Nigerian Super Eagles are stranded in Libya, and what I'm hearing on the ground is that it's not like it's as a mix-up. The Libyan authorities are actually trying to pay back what exactly happened to their players when they visited just some few days back. And so they feel that it's the only way to get back at the Super Eagles in order to lose that game against them is to pay back the coin that the Super Eagles did do to them, when they came to Uyo to play. So that's the reason why they're doing what they're doing. So we're back to the news, all right? Sorry about the mix-up. Welcome back. You're watching Global News on Signature Television. Imo State Police Command or Commissioner Aboki Danjuma has invited community leaders, civil society organizations, and stakeholders to a crucial security meeting aimed at strengthening police-community relationships and evaluating police service delivery. The meeting, scheduled for Tuesdays in recognition of the 2024 Servicom Week, slated for October 15, 2024, at 10 a.m. at the Senior Police Officers Mess in Owerri. Najuma, in a statement by the command spokesperson Henry Okoye, said the spokesperson or the stakeholders would deliberate, among other issues, recent community concerns about extortion, civility, and unlawful phone searches by some police officers, particularly targeting youths. In response, CP Danjuma said he has directed the command's Complaints Response Unit, CRU, and the IGP, Ex-Court Unit, to investigate and enhance oversight. Danjuma said the stakeholders meeting underscores the command's commitments to transparency, accountability, and community engagement in enhancing security. Ahead of the October 19th local government elections, several members of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, have defected to the ruling All Progressives Congress, APC, in Kogi State. They were received by the APC in Yagba West local government area of Kogi State on Sunday. Receiving the Campis, the Kogi State Commissioner for Environment and Ecological Management, Engineer Joseph Oluwasegun, noted that the APC has done well in the state and deserves to win the forthcoming council elections. While noting that there is no opposition party in Kogi State, Oluwasegun vowed that the local government election will be an easy ride for the ruling party because they have been accepted by the people at the grassroots. He assured the new party members that they will be treated equally. The Nigerian National Petroleum Limited Company has formally agreed to permit oil marketers to cooperate under the auspices of the Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria to commence the lifting of premium motor spirits petrol from its depot at a lower price. The Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority has also committed to issuing import and off-taker licenses to the oil dealers to either import fuel directly or purchase products straight from the Dangote refinery in line with the government's plan to fully deregulate the oil sector. This came after the association threatens to seize operations nationwide due to the high costs associated with loading petroleum products from NNPCL facilities. Ipman had revealed that the cost of petrol from Dangote Petroleum Refinery to NNPC was about 898 naira per liter, but noted that NNPC was selling the same products to independent marketers at 1,010 naira a liter in Lagos. The association, which controls over 70% of the filling stations nationwide, kicked against this and threatens to down tools, as it's also demanded the refund from NNPC for earlier petrol supply payments made by its members. The Ipman National President Abubakar Maigandi, who spoke during a live television interview on Thursday, argued that the price was higher than the NNPC paid for the products from the Dangote refinery. According to him, NNPC purchased the products from the refinery at 898 naira per liter, but is asking marketers to buy it at 1,010 naira per liter in Lagos, 1,045 naira in Calabar, 1,050 naira in Port Harcourt, and 1,040 naira in Warri. He also noted that independent marketers' funds had been held by the National Oil Company for about 3 months. However, in a new agreement reached following a peace meeting facilitated by the Director General of the Department of State Services, Adeola Ajayi, the national oil firm has permitted the loading of products to cover the 15 billion naira owed to the marketers. The national officer stated that the meeting was attended by a director from the NMDPRA and the Group Chief Executive Officer of NNPCL, Mele Kyari, making it easy to shift grounds to enable independent marketers to load products. Okadike further disclosed that the NMDPRA agreed to issue Ipman import licenses to be able to embrace full deregulation in the sector. When contacted, the NMDPRA spokesperson George Eneita claimed not to be aware of the meeting. Meanwhile, a 50-year-old man named Emmanuel was tragically killed by a moving train on Tuesday morning in the Oshodi area of Lagos. The incident was confirmed by the Lagos State Police spokesperson SP Benjamin Hudeyin on Sunday, October 13th. SP Hudeyin stated that the accident took place around 9 a.m. near the Arena Shopping Complex, Oshodi. The deceased's youngest sister, who reported the incident to the Mosafejo Police Division, said she was informed via phone that her brother had been struck by a moving train while walking along the railway track. Police detectives later visited the scene, took photographs, and moved the body to a public morgue for an autopsy. The case has been transferred to the Railway Police Command for further investigation. Some journalists were injured on Sunday when thugs disrupted a press briefing held by the Sabama local government chapter of the All Progressives Congress APC in Yenagoa, the capital of Bayelsa. Among the injured was Mr. Tife Owolabi, chairman of the Federated Correspondent Chapel of the Nigerian Union of Journalists, Bayelsa State Council. The attackers destroyed the chairs and assaulted those present with rods, leaving Owolabi bleeding from his forehead and left hand. Attendees left or fled the venue, and the press briefing was temporarily suspended until security forces, including Operation Du Abo, the Fed Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, and the Nigerian Police arrived at the Creep Hotel, the location of the event. The briefing eventually resumed with the chairman of the Shabama local government chapter of the APC, Jonah Abeke, announcing the indefinite suspension of 7 members for alleged anti-party activities in line with the ongoing suspensions within the party. Abeke also condemned the attack on the journalists who were invited to cover the assignments. The Nigerian Meteorological Agency has predicted thunderstorms and rains from Sunday to Tuesday across the country. NIMED's weather reports released on Saturday in Abuja forecast morning thunderstorms on Sunday in the northern region with moderate rains over parts of Gombe, Bauchi, Adamawa, and Taraba. According to the reports, thunderstorms with the moderate rains are expected over parts of Adamawa, Kaduna, Sokoto, Bauchi, Gombe, Taraba, Kebbi, Southern Katsina, Kano, Zamfara, Borno, and Yobe later in the day. In the north central region, thunderstorms with moderate rains are envisaged over parts of the Federal Capital Territory, Niger, Nasarawa, Kwara, and Benue in the morning. Thunderstorms with moderate rains are anticipated over parts of the Federal Capital Territory, Benue, Kogi, Kwara, and Niger during the afternoon and evening hours. In the southern region, there are prospects of morning thunderstorms with light rains over parts of Oyo, Imo, Enugu, Ogun, Osun, Ondo, Edo Delta, Rivers, Akwa Ibom, Cross River, and Lagos states, it says. NIMET envisaged thunderstorms with moderate rains over most parts of the region later in the day. According to NIMET, thunderstorms with moderate rains are expected over parts of Taraba, Gombe, Kaduna, southern Borno, and Adamawa in the Monday morning hours. Meanwhile, operatives of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency (NDLEA) have intercepted drugs valued at 22.7 billion in separate operations at Lagos and Rivers seaports. The seizures included over 32 million tramadol pills at Lekki Deep Seaport and 1.4 million bottles of codeine syrup at Apapa and Port Harcourt ports in a major blow to transnational drug cartels. Femi Babafemi, spokesperson for the agency, said that the combined monetary value of the seized opioids comes to 22 billion naira, 740 million 958,000 naira. He explained that the illicit consignments were seized from containers listed by the NDLEA based on intelligence and processed for 100% joint examination with personnel from Nigeria Customs and other security agencies at the 3 seaports between Monday 7th and Friday 11th October 2024. In a related operation, NDLEA operatives in Anambra on Saturday, 12th October, arrested a suspect, Okelu Chidera, 29, with 50,000 tablets of tramadol, 200 mg, at Upper Iweka, Onisha. In Edo State, operatives raided a cannabis transit and loading point at Aviose, Owan West local government area, where 70 bags of the psychoactive substance weighing 1,050 kg were recovered. A suspect, Monday Akele, 38, was arrested on Friday, 11th October, in another raid at Owan Village, Ovia Northeast local government area, where 110 kg of the same substance was seized. Meanwhile, NDLEA's commands and formations across the country have continued their war against drug abuse, WADA, sensitization activities in schools, places of worship, workplaces, and communities. Sunday Adeyemo, also known as Iboho, has submitted a petition to the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, Keir Starmer, to consider the creation of a Yoruba nation. Iboho was said to have submitted the petition on behalf of Professor Adebanji Akintoye, the leader of the Yoruba Nation movement. The movement is seeking the immediate intervention of the UK Prime Minister and his government in the agitation to set up a country that will be predominantly owned by indigenous Yoruba people. This was disclosed by Iboho spokesman Koiki via his X page on Monday. Iboho has been at the forefront of actualization of a Yoruba nation. Still to come, Israel's army captures Hezbollah militant in southern Lebanon tunnel. Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu urges UN to evacuate peacekeepers from combat areas in Lebanon. Do stay with us.
Are you okay? You need help in any way? Okay.
Welcome back. You're watching Global News on Signature Television. South Africa's former Finance and Labour Minister and first black central bank governor, Tito Mboweni, has died at age 65 following a brief illness, the presidency said late on Saturday. Mboweni was an anti-apartheid activist as a student who later became Democratic South Africa's first Labour minister from 1994 to 1999 under former President Nelson Mandela. He then served as governor of the South African Reserve Bank for a decade from 1999 and later as finance minister from 2018 to 2021 under President Cyril Ramaphosa. Mboweni helped establish the post-apartheid labor legislation that laid the foundation for collective bargaining and labor courts to uphold worker rights, the ANC says. As central bank governor, he oversaw the introduction of inflation targeting to help the bank achieve price stability. He was also a close ally of Ramaphosa and served on the ANC's National Executive Committee, which handles party decisions. Meanwhile, the Israeli army took reporters to what they said was a Hezbollah tunnel shaft 200 meters from a UN post in southern Lebanon on Sunday. Brigadier General Yiftach Nokin said that the structure built by Hezbollah is against every part of the 1701 decision, the United Nations National Security Council Resolution 1701.
Hezbollah built a few years ago and brought a lot of weapons to this line and what we from here and behind you, like anti-tank missiles, rifles, personal combat equipment, and a lot of military equipment, and he built a lot of tunnels and military infrastructures to attack Israel and to cross the border. Another thing that I want to emphasize is how much we close to the UN base in your right. It's less than 200 meters from us. And the terrain over here, the forest and the bushes, it's not like we started the action a few days ago. It's completely different. But after we cover all what Hezbollah built over here, it's actually against every part of the 1701 decision. And actually, we are standing in a military base of Hezbollah, very close to the UN.
We found in this specific area, on the western part of the Lebanese-Israeli border of South Lebanon, we found underground facilities in order to be used by the terrorists to get into these tunnels to invade Israel. Hezbollah is a threat for Israel, a threat for Lebanon, and they really took the Lebanese people on the side of Lebanon hostage, and actually Hezbollah is working for Iran against the Lebanese interest. And Hezbollah is bringing war on Lebanon because of Iran. The weapons that we found are from mostly two countries, Iran and Russia, but they're also from North Korea. Today we show the butts of the rockets with the Russian name coming from the arsenal of the Russian army. We also found several days ago a huge quantity of weapons originally coming from Iran and Russia, brand new. I'm saying brand new. It's totally different that we found in the Hamas side. Hamas are using a lot of weapons, but not so new. Here they're totally and fully new. So they were prepared for attacking us and to prepare to...
Security Council Resolution 1701 was adopted in 2006 to help the Lebanese army keep its southern border area with Israel free of weapons or armed personnel other than those of the Lebanese state. United Nations says that both sides have long violated Resolution 701. The tour also included a display of ammunition and what Israel's military said is an Iranian-improvised explosive device, IED, designed to explode at a gate and allow Hezbollah forces to enter Israel during an attack. Meanwhile, Israel's army published on Sunday a video showing what it said was Hezbollah militant entrenched in a tunnel in southern Lebanon. Troops operating in southern Lebanon discovered an underground compound at a depth of approximately 7 meters and a 50-meter hideout area where a Hezbollah terrorist was embedded alongside weapons and equipment for a long-term stay. Hezbollah possesses an extensive tunnel network in southern Lebanon, and tunnels grew after the group's 2006 war with Israel, according to a 2021 report by think tank Alma. Israel estimates the extents for hundreds of kilometers. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu on Sunday afternoon urged the United Nations to evacuate troops in its UNIFIL peacekeeping force from combat areas in Lebanon. Netanyahu said the military had asked the UN to evacuate the soldiers repeatedly, adding that their presence in the area made them hostages of Hezbollah. 5 peacekeepers have been injured in 3 separate incidents since Thursday, October 10th, the peacekeeper mission UNIFIL has said. In a statement on Saturday, the mission said a peacekeeper had been hit by gunfire at its headquarters in Nakura, southern Lebanon, and the position at Ramia had been damaged by shelling.
beautiful forces out of harm's way. It should be done right now, immediately.
Two UN peacekeepers were wounded by the Israeli strike near their watchtower in southern Lebanon on Friday, October 11. Israel's military said, while blasts shook the peacekeepers' main base in the area for the second time in 48 hours as Israeli forces battled Hezbollah. Two Indonesian U.S. peacekeepers were hurt on Thursday after falling from a watchtower following Israeli tank fire, after which Israel said its troops had opened fire nearby and that Hezbollah fighters operated from areas near UNIFIL posts. UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres and Western countries condemned the attacks. The UNIFIL force called it a serious development and said the security of UN personnel and property must be guaranteed. Meanwhile, Russia claimed its forces had launched widespread attacks on Ukraine's energy facilities, while Ukraine on the same day reported repulsing the Russian assaults amidst the ongoing fierce frontline battles. The Russian Defense Ministry reported that its forces had conducted strikes on effective enemy forces, armaments, storage locations, and energy facilities of Ukrainian military entities over the past day. The ministry also stated that its forces have continued to crack down on Ukraine's incursion into the Kursk region of Russia. Meanwhile, the General Staff of the Armed Forces of Ukraine said that their troops had fought 94 battles with Russian forces in frontline regions in eastern Ukraine, with the fiercest battles occurring in the direction of Kurakova. One person was killed in a crash landing of Russia's Antonov 3 passenger and cargo aircraft in the Yakutia region of Siberia, the regional branch of the Emergency Ministry said on Sunday. Photos posted by the Emergency Ministry show the small white and red plane sitting among broken birch and other trees, with parts of its fuselage torn out and fragments of its wings around. The East Siberia Prosecutor's Office said that 3 crew and 2 passengers were on board. Preliminary information indicates a loss of engine thrusts forced the emergency landing. Changes announced by Russia to its nuclear weapons policy were long overdue and will probably cool the ardor of its Western enemies, Belarusian leader Alexander Lukashenko said in an interview released on Sunday. Lukashenko, a close ally of President Vladimir Putin, said hot heads in the West had already had the nuclear signals being sent by Moscow even before the Kremlin leader announced the changes last month. Putin said on September 25th that Russia was extending the list of scenarios that could prompt it to consider launching a nuclear weapon, including if it had reliable information about a massive cross-border attack against it involving aircraft, missiles, or drones. He added that Moscow would consider any assault on it, it's supported by a nuclear power, to be a joint attack. The announcement was the Kremlin's answer to the deliberations in the United States and Britain about whether or not to give Ukraine permission to fire Western-supplied long-range conventional missiles to hit targets deep inside Russia. Meanwhile, a Saudi plane carrying food and medical aid bound for Lebanon departed from Riyadh on Sunday. Video released by the King Salman Relief and Humanitarian Center showed supplies being loaded onto a plane in Riyadh. The center said in a post on X that it had launched an airlift to the Lebanese people, providing vital support as they confront challenging circumstances. Israeli airstrikes have displaced 1.2 million people in Lebanon, and Israel's intensified bombing campaign has worried many Lebanese that their country will experience the vast scale of destruction wrought on Gaza by Israel. Lebanon's health ministry reported dozens of deaths, including 10 firefighters killed in an airstrike on a municipal building in the border area. Preparations were underway and security was on high alert in Islamabad on Sunday as Pakistan geared up to host a summit of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization grouping. Workers were also seen putting up a banner with portraits of Chinese Premier Li Qiang. Pakistan's Foreign Affairs Ministry said on Sunday he would visit the South Asian country from October 14th to 17th. Deputy Inspector General of Police in Islamabad, Saeed Ali Raza, said 12,000 personnel, including police, army, and paramilitary, have been deployed in a 3-layer security arrangement. The meeting of the SCO, which comprises 9 full members, including China, India, Iran, and Russia, is scheduled for October 15th and 16th in Islamabad. Meanwhile, China's military on Sunday put out a video on its social media account showing various military drill exercises, along with a statement reading "Prepared for Battle." The video was released by People's Liberation Army's Eastern Theater Command, which was responsible for an area that includes Taiwan and shows fighter jets and warships operating together. Mobile missile launchers moving into place and amphibious assault vehicles with a small map of Taiwan included in one of the Chinese characters that make up the video's title. It comes as Taiwan's defense ministry said in a statement on Sunday that the Chinese Navy group led by the Liaoning had entered waters near the Bashi Channel, which connects the southern China Sea and the Pacific and separates Taiwan from the Philippines. China's defense ministry did not answer calls outside of office hours on Sunday. China's Taiwan's Affairs Office did not immediately respond to a request for comment. China, which views democratically governed Taiwan as its own territory, detests its president Lai Ching-te as a separatist, and the Chinese military routinely operates around the island. China has not ruled out using force to bring Taiwan under its control. Pope Francis on Sunday asked for an immediate ceasefire in the Middle East, urging respect for UN peacekeepers in Lebanon. A series of strikes have hit peacekeeping positions and personnel in recent days, most of them blamed by UNIFIL on Israel forces, drawing condemnation from the United Nations and several foreign nations. A total of 5 peacekeepers have been wounded. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu called on the United Nations on Sunday to evacuate troops in its UNIFIL peacekeeping force from combat areas in Lebanon, adding that their presence in the area made them hostages of Hezbollah. Lithuanians went to the polls on Sunday in a vote dominated by concerns over the cost of living and potential threats from neighboring Russia, with the opposition Social Democratic tipped to emerge as the largest party, but well short of a majority. The outgoing center-right coalition of Prime Minister Ingrida Simonita said as its popularity eroded by inflation that topped 20% 2 years ago, by deteriorating public services and a widening gap between rich and poor. Polling stations opened at 7 a.m. and will close at 8 p.m. Results are expected after midnight local time. Opinions polls suggest Simonitsa's homeland unions will win just 9% behind the Social Democrats of 18% and the anti-establishment Nemuna's Dawn on 12%, though the eventual shape of a future coalition will depend on how smaller parties perform. The Baltic state of 2.9 million people has a hybrid voting system in which half of the parliament is elected by popular vote with a 5% threshold needed to win seats. The other half is chosen on a district basis, a process which favors the larger parties. And that's the news this hour. I'm Charles Pius. Thanks so much for watching. In about 7 minutes from now, we'll go straight to the morning show. Thanks for watching. Take care.